$99. Part of the proceeds support the Ben Stelter Foundation and Kids with Cancer.
Visit cast.tours/Edmonton. Call 1-833-347-7678. Call now to book and save $500 per cabin when you mention promo code Stingray Radio. That's cast.tours, 1-833-347-7678.
It's a new season, Edmonton, which means it's time for new offers. Play Alberta is offering odds boosts on every Oilers game all season long. This is your chance to score big. And for a limited time only, our listeners can get an exclusive $50 free bet when they deposit $50 using code Gregor50. That's code Gregor50 for an exclusive $50 free bet. Alberta wins with Play Alberta. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, please use your game sense. PlayAlberta.ca.
This is Sports 1440 and the all-new Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas.
Presented by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
$11:01. Good morning. Thank you guys for tuning in to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440 or watching on our YouTube channel, Sports 1440 AM. Fantasy Frenzy is brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at wilhaukbeefjerky.com. Go check them out. Only available in Leduc. Lots to get to on the show today. A lot of NFL talk as week 10 of the season gets going tonight. Broncos and the Raiders from Mile High. I don't think this one's going to be close, but I thought that a few times on Thursday Night Football, especially when it came to divisional rivals. And I was wrong, so who knows? Maybe we're in store for something. The Max Crosby special. You can always reach us through the text line, 1-833-401-1440. You got Donovan Paulson here. Donovan, good morning.
Good morning, Connor.
We've got Josh Fenwick here. Josh, you don't have a mic close to you, but good morning. Sam, good morning. How's it going?
It's going decent.
Sam had some Pringles this morning. Wayne in sales dropped off some leftover Halloween candy.
Is that where Josh got that from too?
Josh got some Pringles too? Oh, Josh was all over it. Yeah. I mean, one of our sales people, no throwing anyone under the bus, only wanted the Pringles. So I took the Oreo Cadbury bar out of the bag that he had. It was a good setup. It was a really good setup. That's the way it should be. I mean, that's when I was giving out candy, I did like a bag of chips and then a couple chocolates. But to have them all in Ziplocs ahead of time, game changer. Pretty smart, actually.
That is some fantastic planning. I mean, dare I say, ingenious.
And yeah,
planning.
I would say so. Doing it right. And also, hello to everyone watching right now on YouTube. I see Triple Crown, Northside Norm, Connor Halley in the chat right now, as is Force 14.
Shout out to that guy.
Yeah, I don't know when I became Connor Halley, 2187. I thought I was always just Connor Halley, but that seemingly has changed. So, yes, born in 87. I don't know the 21's relevance. LaDainian Tomlinson, maybe. I don't know when I made that screen name. Anywho, join us wherever you'd like to. If you want another day off for the Edmonton Oilers, obviously they took the day off actually yesterday after that little road trip back on the ice today down at Rogers Place. We can look at whatever comes out from that. Major League Baseball, nothing too big. Toronto Blue Jays, a little bit of a change behind not behind the bench, but down in the dugout next season, it's looking like, as Don Mattingly going to pursue other options. Spent 3 years with the team and now going to potentially go check out another spot. And the Blue Jays did extend a qualifying offer to Bo Bichette today.
Of course.
Makes a lot of sense. Why wouldn't you?
You had to. That's just in case for those of you who don't know, just in case you lose him, you get some form of draft pick compensation if you do, because surely he's going to have a lot of suitors.
1 year, $22.025 million. That's the offer.
It is a no-brainer. He is going to decline that because he would have to be a muppet to accept that. And He's going to get himself probably 7 years, 8 years, something like that. And I don't know, 27.5-ish million bucks a year. So Bo Bichette, he's going to decline that, obviously. And the Jays, if they lose him, will just get some form of draft pick compensation.
Hopefully it doesn't get to that.
Yes, hopefully it does.
Hopefully they figure it out before that. Now, I'm just looking here. When you look at the difference, because next year, if Bo remains a Toronto Blue Jay, do you think he's playing shortstop?
Man, that's the question, I think.
Because then it becomes, are you being paid as a shortstop or are you being paid as a second baseman? Because if you're a second baseman, the benchmark is Marcus Semien, 25 mil. Then it drops down to 19 mil. Whereas the shortstops, a little more glamour position, getting a little bit more money at that spot. The top being Francisco Lindor, I believe, 34 million.
I don't personally think it really matters because you're paying Bo Bichette you're not paying him for the defense.
You're paying him to be the top hitter in baseball.
You're paying him to be the perennial. You're paying him to be the guy with the most hits in baseball perennially. Yeah. That's what he's done basically his entire career to this point, is be right up there in hits. And that's why you pay that guy, because he is one of the best pure hitters in baseball. He will always make contact. He will always, that two-strike approach is, that's something that I think you're probably going to see catch on a little bit more with teams. In my mind, teams are going to look to add a little bit more contact approach lower in their lineups, because it worked so well for the Jays.
Yeah.
And that's what propelled them through the Yankees. That's what propelled them through the Mariners, is the lower in the lineup. You need somebody who's not going to strike out all the time and be a constant negative for you. That's why the Mariners lost. That's why the Yankees lost. So when you can have that guy up in the lineup, I'd be stunned if Bo Bichette doesn't get $27 million a year.
And, you just look at what the Jays were able to do in the playoffs, bottom of the order. How many times did they come up with clutch runs? It worked out well. And I agree with you. That was kind of my counterpoint as well. Like you're going to pay him for his defensive ability, but you're paying him as a guy who's been top of the league in hits the last couple of years, assuming that's going to continue. And Shody had the clutch gene, I would say.
Yeah.
Game 7, 3-run shot.
Yeah, just a bit. Yeah. There's nobody on this Jays team that I would rather have up with the game on the line than Bo Bichette. I think Bo is the guy who, you looked at him all season, led this team in RBIs, if I'm not mistaken. He had a hell of a year up until the injury, and he is the guy where you look at him and you watch him play and you think, this guy's going to hit the ball. You have no doubt in your mind when he comes up to the dish. Obviously, baseball doesn't work this way, but you have faith that he's going to always come through for you. And he did it all year and into the playoffs. I know I had guys in my group chat saying, why is Bo Bichette playing if he can't run the bases? Well, spoiler alert, he hits the ball when you need him to most.
Yeah. Drop him in at second, a little less moving around, and he delivers. And then, as we saw, when the game got it towards the end and he was done getting on base, you make that substitution and take him out. He did lead the Jays in RBIs this year. You're right, 94. And of course, missed some games down the stretch. Vlad and Springer each had 84. And Alejandro Kirk with 76.
He had a good year. His postseason was up and down for Kirk.
Yeah.
Varsho, another up and down postseason, largely down in the World Series. You could say that Dalton Varsho's inability to drive in runners is what lost the Jays the World Series, alongside many other things. But I'm very curious to see. This is the offseason for the Jays where you look and say, who is going to want to come here for that chance to win and for this famed clubhouse? You saw Shane Bieber take a $60 million player option, which no one expected. Basically because he thinks that they're a great chance to win. He loves that locker room, and he views it as a chance to build up his value again.
That's a good way to look at it. Because it's not just him like, oh, I want to go back and help the team. Like,
no.
For me, playing at that lineup, I pitch well, I'm in line for a huge payday.
Yeah.
Got to show he's healthy.
Shane Bieber, don't get me wrong. Shane Bieber could have gotten himself $150 million here if he didn't opt into that. He could have gotten himself 5 years, $150 million, something like that. But if Shane Bieber pitches well for the Jays this year, Shane Bieber could get himself 6 years and $175 million.
Mhm.
Or no, that's a bad example. 6 years and like $200 million. He could get himself 6 years and over $200 million. The sky's the limit. He's won a Cy Young before. I think as much as people were surprised about that, I think you look at it from Shane Bieber's perspective and he says, this is a great fit for myself and my family. I get a chance to win this year, but I also get that sort of, remember when Robbie Ray won the Cy Young here?
Yeah.
He came back that year and said, I'll take less this 1 year to boost my value up again because I believe in this team and this coaching staff to get a little bit more out of me. And then he goes, wins the Cy Young, gets himself a $115 million payday is what I think it was.
Seattle?
Yeah, in Seattle. And then he gets traded to the Giants. But
took those tight pants to the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, I think that's, as much as I love this for the team, for them getting a cheaper version of Shane Bieber this year, I think it's just smart.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you. Showlad said, wait a minute, I thought he re-signed yesterday. Shane Bieber opted in for his contract, 1 year, $16 million. He had the chance to opt out. And it's funny because if he opts out, he gets $4 million still.
Yeah.
He could have made, I would think, like you said, I could have signed a huge deal or even another 1 year deal somewhere else. But hey, keep it simple, stupid. 16 mils, pretty good to throw a baseball.
And it's actually only 12 million because that little $4 million, if he would have opted out, he would have got $4 million. That counts out of the 16 million.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really 1 year and 12 million, which is an absolute steal for at worst your third best starter. At worst.
So next year, who's your ace?
It's Kevin
Gausman, followed by Bieber. Then you Savage?
Or you and I could see them flip-flopping. It doesn't matter to me.
Barrios?
I think they're both 2-3s. Barrios is your number 4, presumably. And then I'd bring back Chris Bassett, I think, unless you're going to go big game hunting. Then I go for Ranger Suarez.
What's Bowden Francis?
Irrelevant.
Relevant? Because he came on hot. I remember people saying, like, oh, yeah, this young guy, he's 29. He wasn't young.
No.
In life, he's young. In baseball terms, he wasn't quite that. But so he's rotation, nothing?
He needs to fix some things from last season. You saw, like, last year, it was ugly at times.
He was good when it didn't matter.
Yeah. I am not a Bowden Francis believer. He's had a couple good months in his career, no question. But you could use him as a long reliever. I think that's an option. But I also think there's a real chance that you see him in AAA next year and kind of trying to refine a little bit of what he lost.
We were talking about the rotation yesterday. I totally forgot that Alek Manoah went to Atlanta.
Yes.
I don't know where I was. Like, maybe NFL season was in full swing. I think it happened late September. I totally forgot about him. I'm going to pay attention to him for the rest of his career because of what we thought he could have been.
My buddy has an Alek Manoah jersey.
I think a lot of people do. Like, I think that hype was there. He was wearing 6, right? Like,
yep, number 6.
6 in the 6. There's a curse there.
He was really good for 2 years. And then I don't know why he lost the command of his slider, but he did.
Just, yeah. I mean, hopefully he finds it back as quickly as he lost it. But, yeah, it was crazy. Now, some text rolling in here. MTR had said that I am confident that Bo resigns, and that scares me. I wonder why it scares you.
Well, I talked about it a little bit earlier in the Carrier show. The one thing I'm worried about with Bichette is how he's going to age. You've seen he's basically had every leg injury you can have. He's had a calf, he's had a thigh, but he's also had 3 knee injuries.
Mm-hmm.
That scares me for aging.
So if you sign him 7 years?
Yeah.
In baseball, what does it matter if he only plays 4 or 5?
It doesn't, but it also kind of, like, they're not the Dodgers. They don't have the you can go away, we don't care money.
But they could.
They could, but they don't. Like the Jays could spend infinite amount of money because they're owned by Rogers.
Mm-hmm.
They could, but they don't, right? Like they still have a cap
Yeah.
internally. The Dodgers, they don't care. They signed Chris Taylor a couple years back. He was a second baseman. He was really good. And then he stunk after they gave him his contract. He was $20 million a year. They paid him $20 million for 4 years, I think it was, to basically just sit on their bench and be a cheerleader. He came in as a lefty pinch hitter type, but he stunk for them for 4 years, and he just was a cheerleader. The Dodgers have that money. The Jays, they don't choose to use that money.
Mm-hmm.
So Bo, as much as I love the player, I love him. I love everything about his offensive game. The knee injuries in particular really scared me for the longevity, but I would still sign him. I don't care.
With all that being said, MTR says it scares me how confident I am. I'm not worried about the players, so I'm not worried about that one. Bad Niv says, if I was the Jays, I'd go get an elite closer. Hoffman can't be trusted in that role. Yeah. I mean, like in pro sports, you're always looking to upgrade. And that would be a spot. I agree. I would be looking to upgrade.
He'd be a hell of an addition. Edwin Diaz.
I just want the entrance.
I do too.
I'm a sucker for a closer's entrance.
That is the best. That might be one of the best entrances in sports.
Yeah.
Period.
I mean,
full stop.
Not many guys have the entrance like that.
It's my favorite. I know in the UFC there, I don't remember who it is, but someone
UFC entrants are good.
Someone enters to land down under.
Yeah.
And that's a sick entrance. I don't remember who it is.
You had in Baltimore, who was their closer?
Felix Bautista entering to
the whistle from The Wire.
Yeah.
Pretty gangster. Like that. If you don't know, then you got to watch the show, but it means things are happening. Romero with the Jays had a great one. I think the song was Tsunami. Like that, I was there for it. I was like, am I at wrestling? What's going on? Mariano Rivera had Enter Sandman. And then Trevor Hoffman with the Padres back in the day, I think had Hell's Bells, which was a good one. I feel like Hoffman and Rivera were like the originators. Like they had their first ones, and then people are like, this is badass. We got to do this more. A little showmanship. And then maybe it was Kenny Powers. Didn't he have a really good entrance too in Eastbound and Down?
Yeah.
When he's playing in Mexico?
There's too many unbelievable entrances.
I think it's like walk-up music is great, but to turn the lights down, put like the pyro going, I think it's outstanding. And some of those guys don't want it. They just like run out with their head down.
I know. I don't understand how some guys don't want it. I don't think it would work in the NHL, but I want to see it in the NHL.
When a goalie gets pulled?
Yeah.
Introducing Calvin. And
like, remember when Mike Smith walked out of the tunnel after the concussion? I think the concussion spotter pulled him in the playoffs.
It was like the Undertaker
kind of. And he came out kind of like the Undertaker, and he came
silhouette.
I don't remember what music he came out to. It might have been it might have just been their normal song.
It would have just been coincidence, right?
But
like whatever song it would have been.
Awesome. It was actually one of the best entrances ever. The people are now trying Wild Thing.
Yeah, from Major League.
Yeah.
Now that movie came out what year? 80s?
Something like that. Yeah. Awesome movie.
Ricky Vaughn.
Love it.
89. So yeah, that was probably before Hoffman and okay, well there's your originator. Unless someone else can take us back even further. Bad News says, I had to go watch the Diaz intro. Yeah, we need that guy for sure. Yeah, it's awesome.
It is. And when they had him live, Timmy Trumpet, when he came in live and did it, that was so hype.
And then there's like of course, the traditionalists. Oh, do we need this in baseball? Yeah,
yes,
it's awesome.
we do.
Like,
it's awesome.
Just enjoy it. I would like every closer, maybe even reliever. Maybe that's too much. But anytime you can get the intros, I think you kind of have to do it. Okay, we'll take a break here. When we come back, more texts. Pillman has a question about his fantasy football team. We got Paul, Doug, Mike, and a few more. We'll get to those when we return. It is Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky.
And here comes Action Electrical Service Team sprinting onto the scene. These are your first responders for any electrical emergency.
That's right. With their fleet of service vans and specialized gear, they assess, they service, and maintain electrical lighting and automation systems. They're all about rapid response.
Quick diagnostics and repairs to restore power and safety fast. Hire the Action Electrical team to bring home a win for your project. Visit actionelectrical.net.
Japa Machinery Group knows that XCMG may not roll off the tongue, but Japa's team will help keep your construction jobs rolling on time and on budget with heavy equipment sales and rentals. Visit japamachinery.com to find out more.
Seriously, another door knocker? I really want to go solar, but these high-pressure tactics are exhausting.
And their prices are unbelievable. Before we do anything, let's call Great Canadian Solar.
There's a better way to go solar. Great Canadian Solar provides honest advice and fair pricing to save you from overpaying. They're easy to deal with and will never put pressure on you to buy. As a trusted local business for over 15 years, Great Canadian Solar will support you in your solar journey. Visit greatcanadiansolar.com and call today to get started.
Michelle and Colette are sisters. Sisters who don't agree on much, especially when it comes to which hockey team is the best.
Edmonton is the best, baby. Vancouver's number one.
Even when it comes to meat snacks from Wilhawks.
I love the Harris Schwiener. The ham sausage rules.
But they will agree
Wilhawk beef jerky is the best.
it might just be the only thing Alberta hockey fans can agree on.
Others can try to imitate, but no one can duplicate Wilhawk beef jerky. Only available in Leduc. Get yours today because you don't win friends with salad.
I'm Colin Livingston, president of Cantor, proudly delivering world-class hydraulic torque wrenches in Canada since 2016. I'm thrilled to announce our in-house production of tool components and accessories for faster turnarounds and enhanced versatility. The future is here at Cantor.com.
The Hockey Super League is proud to launch its 9th season, delivering independent, borderless hockey. This year, over 125 teams will compete across Alberta, Saskatchewan, and for the first time ever, Colorado, USA, with showcase style action, cross-province rivalries, and a strong commitment to player development. The HSL is the premier destination for families seeking balance and athletes chasing the next level. The Hockey Super League. Hockey without limits. For athletes born in 2013 to 2018. Visit hockeysuperleague.com to learn more.
Just think, Kevin Karius has been covering Edmonton sports since before TikTok, Twitter, texting, and the Titanic. We may have made that last one up. Check out Karius in the mornings on Sports 1440. Your game, your Who should start? Who needs to hit the bench? Find out with Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by Wilhawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
It's 11:22. Welcome back to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Connor Halley, got Donovan Paulson with us, Sam and Josh keeping us on track on the YouTube, Facebook, X, and Instagram stream. Go check us out on the Tube, Sports 1440 AM. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and subscribe as well. The chat's in there. Oh, it's just kind of me and Josh, I guess, talking to each other a little bit there. You have to go into your settings and change your name again from Northside Norm. Well, why did it change back? I just want to be Connor Halley. Or maybe I'll give myself a cool nickname. Yeah, either way, we appreciate you guys tuning in. The show brought to you by Wilhawk Beef Jerky. We did have a text come in here, and we'll do this segment for elksnation.ca, 2 weekly podcasts with Eddie Steele and Declan Kruger, breaking down the green and gold, also articles. And it's going to go all off season long, as well as, we got the playoffs continuing in the CFL, but they'll be keeping it focused on the green and gold. elksnation.ca. Pillman says, what do you guys think about this? Baker Mayfield or Jackson Dart? Baker Mayfield gets the Patriots. Jackson Dart, he gets the Bears. Bears defense gives up a lot of points, but I don't love his weapons quite as much.
That's a tough one.
I think personally, I would ride with Baker Mayfield, even though it is a tougher opponent. He's the vet. Probably just like at the end of the day, there's probably going to be like a 2-point discrepancy between these two guys. Like I feel like they'll put up close to the similar numbers, but when Baker gets going, he's pretty elite. So I'm going to roll with the vet there. And I have him on my team, so there might be a bias. But yeah, I'll take him slightly ahead of Jackson Dart.
You know what? Dart has been a shockingly good fantasy asset so far. Like I'm trying to pull up his points per game right now, but I know he has been he's projected for over 20 points against Chicago.
So last week against the Niners, he had 27. Before that, 19. Before that, these are all in losses. 29, 23, 17, 19.
He has been a good fantasy asset. We haven't really seen the low yet from him. So I don't know. I might go opposite of you, Connor, here. I might go Jackson Dart. I like the matchup, but it's a tough choice either way. I wouldn't blame you for going either way. I think they're both great options. I think Mayfield probably gives you obviously the higher ceiling in terms of what he can do, but I feel like Dart might give you the better floor weirdly.
The thing about Dart is he's rushed for touchdowns in the last 4 games, right? So he's been a top 10 fantasy quarterback in 3 of the last 4 weeks. He's also been a top 5. He was third for 2 straight weeks, week 6 and 7. One when they beat Philly and then when they lost to Denver. So I don't think there's really a bad option here.
I don't either. The rushing upside is there, as you just mentioned with Jackson Dart. Like you've already seen him rush for 50 plus yards in 4 of his games this year, which is, if you're a fantasy owner, that's amazing for a quarterback. You love to see that. Like that's just a free 5 points, right? I don't think there's a wrong choice, truthfully.
No, I'm with you. Of course, things can go haywire quick, but yeah, I mean, I think either way, you got a pretty good pick here. Paul from Calgary says, guys, does Rogers look at the positive impact the last 6 weeks of Jays baseball did for their business and say, spend some money this offseason? I don't know. I really don't know if that impacts it. I mean, it wasn't great last year, but they still played Vlad. They went out and gave Scherzer some money.
Santander.
So
they acquired Andres Jimenez.
Yeah.
They spent money last offseason, sneaky. It didn't work. Even though they went to the World Series, like all their ads were kind of flops.
Outside of Vlad. Scherzer gave you one good start at the start of the year, got injured, and then kind of...
Scherzer gave it to you when it mattered most.
Yeah.
Jimenez gave it to you when it mattered most. But during the regular season, Jimenez was brutal. Jeff Hoffman was, in terms of home runs allowed, he was the worst reliever in baseball. Like, sneaky, their offseason was no good last year. But if you look at, I'm expecting them, if you're not including the keeping Bo Bichette thing, I would expect them to look at starting pitching. There's a couple guys coming over from Japan. They've gone after the Japanese guys every single offseason.
I mean, after Yamamoto, come on.
They might look at those Japanese starters and go, we'd be interested here. I would expect them to add in the bullpen, especially with them probably losing Serantini Dominguez. I'd expect them to go for a strikeout type of reliever. You're good at catching. You're good in first base. You've got Andres Jimenez. You're not going to replace him. Ernie and Barger will probably platoon at third base. You got to keep Bo Bichette, but then the place where I think you can add is in the outfield. If you're going to make a splash, you're not adding a center fielder. I view Nathan Lucas as a 4th outfielder. And right now with their construction, Nathan Lucas is more like a 3rd outfielder.
Yeah.
So if you're going to add a guy, you could maybe add like a Cody Bellinger type. I know he's had interest in coming to Toronto before, just never has really worked out. Maybe that would be a guy.
It's going to be fun. I think there's certainly a new interest in the Blue Jays amongst casual fans. Like, obviously that run captured the attention of a lot of people. Doug says, hey boys, don't worry about Rogers having a cap. The whole league is going to have a cap 3 years from now after losing a year to the lockout. A league cap has to happen in baseball. We've talked about this. We need a spending floor to push some teams to spend some more money.
Absolutely. The Pittsburgh Pirates can't keep getting away with this. You have Paul Skeens, the best pitcher in baseball.
You can't keep getting away with it. He's going to be a Yankee.
Yes, I will pull it up because I don't have it in front of me right now. but the Pittsburgh Pirates have not given away a free agent contract of more than 1 year in an absurd amount of years.
Free agent contracts, just one year.
1 year. I'm not talking extensions with their players. They haven't given away a free agent deal that's over 1 year in a shocking amount of time.
Do you know who gets 1 year deals?
Who?
Not elite talent.
Exactly.
Make it or break it, guys. How about Drake May or Baker? Drake May, the beneficiary of playing some bad defenses. And he's a good quarterback. I think I would play in the Bucks in Tampa.
2016 was the last time the Pittsburgh Pirates signed a free agent to a multi-year deal.
Jeez Louise. Was Sam even born yet?
It was pretty close.
He would have been 10, I'm sure. But yeah, that's crazy. I might lean Drake May slightly with that one, but I still like Baker. Now, granted, I have a Baker bias. I drafted him in 3 leagues. I've started him once. He's my backup quarterback. That's another one, though. Like with Drake May, man, he's been good. He's been really good this year. Projected to put up 21 points to Baker's 19. So
I think I'd go Drake May.
If you're going with the Drake, Brad says, I have Josh Allen and Justin Herbert on my bench. Who should I go with this week? Man, Herbert's been good. He's been balling. He's projected at Fantasy Pros to have the 4th most points. But Josh Allen is projected to have the 1st at playing in Miami.
You have to start Josh Allen this week. It's not even a question.
You said it Thursday.
Have to.
Lamar Jackson, when healthy, is a must start. So is Josh Allen. And Josh Allen is playing that Miami defense.
He is playing one of the worst rushing defenses in NFL history.
Oh, yeah. You're a Dolphins fan.
Yes. James Cook's going to have a huge game. No question. But your hope as a Josh Allen owner is that they don't go up too big too early, because then he'll get pulled from the game. You need the Bills to kind of play with their food a little bit.
Well, the Heat might be a tough thing to overcome. So maybe it's a little bit close. But yeah, Josh Allen for sure. Herb, love the guy. I'm scared for him. That offensive line, it's not good. So yeah, go with Josh Allen every time. Kurt from Barrett says, I also got Ty Johnson out there as an option. His prior text had said, hey, fellas, half PPR. Got to start 2 of these pretty boring running backs. Walker, Monty, Vidal, White, or could grab Singletary or DeMarcado off the wire. Half-point PPR. I don't mind going with Kenneth Walker. He's going to split carries. That's going to be an issue. Kamani Vidal, after a poor game, has bounced back in his short, brief NFL career. They get the Steelers this week. Gonna have to try to establish the run. This one's not really, as you said, kind of a pretty boring pool here. I don't think there's anyone that really stands out to me.
I'd go Vidal based on he's going to get mostly everything in that backfield. Kenneth Walker splits carries, doesn't get the goal line work. So touchdowns are a rarity for Walker. I might just go Vidal based on there's the chance of a touchdown. Although with that offensive line, it could be scary.
And they like Jarrett Patterson too. Got carries last week.
He did, but Vidal, I think, is going to get the most work and has the best chance at a touchdown.
Yeah, he'll get the biggest look, and he's okay out of the backfield as a receiver too. David Montgomery, I believe that's Monty you're referring to. When the Lions offense pops off, you never know. Like if they get close, he gets those looks. So I guess I don't mind that as well.
I don't mind that option either. He's against the Commanders.
Yeah.
We know that they're going to probably boat race them. That would be the other guy. I might actually start Dave Montgomery the more I think about it.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be up big time at half, you'd presume. They're just going to run out the clock. I might start David Montgomery.
I think I'm going with that. Montgomery and Kamani Vidal. Goff or Dart?
Dart.
Yeah. I think I might have been sleeping a little bit on Dart. And I look at his games like, oh, guys playing well. Goff gets the Commanders again. Like, I don't think it's going to be a poor one, but I guess the good thing about the Giants is they're probably going to be in games where it's high scoring, and they're going to, out of necessity, need to push the ball downfield. So,
and he's going to run the ball.
Yep.
And he's going to give you probably a rushing touchdown more weeks than he's not.
It's kind of like Justin Fields a few years ago.
Except
is he
better.
winning games? No, but fantasy wise, he puts up numbers.
Jackson Dart sneaky slept on fantasy option.
Yeah. I mean, hey, going into next year, if Scatterwell comes back healthy with Tracy, and then you've got Malik Neighbors hopefully coming back healthy, you got to think they add another receiver in the draft. Maybe they go offensive line, which is good too, but
I like the direction that team's going in. They've got the key players there for years.
And I'm glad they didn't fire sale at the deadline. Like,
yep,
their front four, front seven is really good.
Did you think that Jets fire sale was smart or stupid? Because I line more on the stupid end.
Honestly, I think it's hindsight. In 5 years, I'll tell you. If they draft well, great. But I can also remember a time when they drafted Sauce Gardner, traded him, Garrett Wilson, and then Jermaine Johnson, I believe, was their late first-round pick, who they also toyed with trading this year. They ought to nail the draft. If they don't nail the draft, if they mess it up, then they lose. Today they lose. Next year they lose. But I think in 3 years, you might look back fondly like, okay, that was good. But they're losing the trade until they win it. And we have to wait and see if that ever happens.
I look at this Jets trade deadline, and I say, you're already going to have one of the best picks in the draft. You're going to have a top 5 pick. Which one? We'll find out. You're probably going to take a quarterback with that pick anyways, we assume, right? That's your position of need. So why wouldn't you just keep those players and have a good foundation around said quarterback? Because, right? Like, we've seen teams do this. Look at the Texans. You have a great defense behind CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud allowed to work through his problems a little bit, and they win football games. Great supporting cast around him. All the teams that have success, they usually have the foundation built around the quarterback. They take the quarterback, you insert quarterback here, they usually go on to success. Like, they had a great foundation in my mind.
Yeah. Well,
and then they just got rid of said defensive foundation, and
I'm curious
have to build it again.
If Aaron Glenn looked at that and said, Sauce, my scheme, I don't need corners. Don't need star corners. I can take these guys like Jesse Minter with the Chargers. I talked about it. Ben St. Juste comes over, looks pretty good. Deontay Johnson comes over, looks pretty good. They draft Cam Hart and Tarheeb still in the 5th round. They look pretty good. They let Asante Samuel walk. Don't need him. So maybe that's like the thing. Do we need to pay a corner this much money? Don't think so. We can find guys to fit our system. This draft, they have 4 picks in the first 2 rounds. Then you have 4th, 6th, 7th, 7. In 2027, they've got 3 first-round picks, then a 2nd and a 3rd and a 4th, 5th, 6th. So they're gonna have top-end talent for sure. But I say until those draft picks are nailed and they are talented picks, they lose the draft because they lose these players. Colts pick is probably going to be later on, the next 2 years. I would assume the Colts have a pretty bright future. You're probably late first round, so you have to nail those ones. Cowboys next year, we'll see. Who knows? That's their first round pick. But you're right. The Jets pick is probably going to be top 5, and that's where it starts. And if you swing and miss on another quarterback, then you don't have a chance.
I'm very curious to see what happens as a result of these trades, but we'll wait and see. But for right now, I think it just would have been smarter to keep the foundation and let the quarterback come in with it's tough for a rookie quarterback to come in, and having him have those key foundational pieces on defense and offense usually help. They kept the Garrett Wilson piece on offense. Smart. But you trade away the defensive pieces. I don't know. Look at Bo Nix. The defense was already assembled. Goes on to have a great rookie season. CJ Stroud. Defense was assembled. Great rookie season.
Yeah.
Right? All these key young quarterbacks. Jaden Daniels. Defense mostly assembled. It wasn't great defense, but Those don't have a great rookie season.
Need an offensive line too.
You do.
Like, gotta have your
No
franchise tackles in place. And then I wonder again, like if you are the New York Jets, let's say you finish last. Fernando Mendoza is just probably the first pick this year right now from Indiana. Do you go that route? I wonder, because we saw it with the Giants. Like they, in hindsight, maybe regret taking Daniel Jones when they did. If they wait a year later, they would have had their pick between Herbert and Tua. And maybe fortunes change. If the Jets don't love the first, like the crop of quarterbacks this year, maybe they want Arch. I know opinions of him have fluctuated throughout the season, but maybe you hold off and say, you know what, we'll take with our first round picks. Let's boost that interior. Like, let's take a skill position with the top pick that we'll have, or trade down, and then with that Colts pick, like, let's take a guard. You've got your tackles there. Take a guard, so then when we do draft this quarterback, all of a sudden, okay, we have 3 of 5 first round picks on that offensive line. I don't know.
That could be smart too. I have no idea, and they've screwed up the draft before. They've also won in the draft before, so I'm I don't know what to expect from the Jets.
They had Wilson and Sauce were both rookies of the year, correct?
Yes.
And then the Texans did it with Will Anderson and CJ Stroud.
And then they also drafted Breece Hall in that same draft, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Breece Hall would have been maybe second because they got Jermaine Johnson.
Yeah.
They traded back up into the first, I believe, for that. We'll take a break. When we come back, more text 1-833-401-1440. Any questions you might have, let us know there, or on the chat on YouTube at Sports 1440 AM. It is Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Wilhock Beef Jerky.
You know your neighbor, right? The one who watches your house when you're away, who keeps their yard looking nice, who says hello every day. That's us. GS Construction. Now, we probably don't live right beside you, but we do live in your community. And when it comes to water and wastewater infrastructure, moving along smoothly, we're the ones doing that work. GS Construction has been doing it since 1974, over 50 years. So you could say we are your neighbors who wear hard hats and work boots. To find out what your neighbors do, visit gsconstruction.ca.
It's a new season, Edmonton, which means it's time for new offers. Play Alberta is offering odds boosts on every Oilers game all season long. This is your chance to score big. And for a limited time only, our listeners can get an exclusive $50 free bet when they deposit $50 using code Gregor50. That's code Gregor50 for an exclusive $50 free bet. Alberta wins with Play Alberta. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, please use your game sense. PlayAlberta.ca.
Across rural Alberta, volunteers and community groups work hard to make life better for their neighbors, creating new playgrounds, better rinks, and gathering places that bring us together. Vision Credit Union is proud to lend these local heroes a helping hand. Apply today for a Helping Hand grant up to $10,000 to support your community's next big idea. Let's make great things happen together. Applications are open until January 31st, 2026. Learn more at whatsyourshare.ca.
Diablo Boots sells only Canadian-made work and biker boots made by Canada West. No American or boots made in China, so no tariffs. All of Diablo's boots have replaceable soles and heels for longer life. Sizes 6 to 14 EEE. Buy quality, buy Canadian. And support Canada West and Diablo, the two best names in the boot business. So save on boots by Save On Foods. That's Diablo Boots, 3340 Gateway Boulevard on the east side of Save On Foods. Buy Canadian. They're terrific.
Japa Machinery Group knows that XCMG may not roll off the tongue, but Japa's team will help keep your construction jobs rolling on time and on budget with heavy equipment sales and rentals. Visit japamachinery.com to find out more.
This hockey season, before every game, check out the pregame show with Andrew Walker on Sports 1440. It's brought to you by Titan Supply, your only source for rigging, lifting, and hauling products. Visit titansupply.ca.
Planning your next event? Let Loca Quality Market cater. From made-to-order meals to gourmet platters to full chef tasting experiences, they make entertaining effortless. Visit loca.ca to start planning today.
Wendy's most important deal of the day has a fresh lineup. Pick any 2 breakfast items for $4. New 4-piece French toast sticks, bacon or sausage wrap, biscuit or English muffin sandwiches, small hot coffee, and more. Limited time only at participating Wendy's. Taxes extra.
Get the inside scoop for your team on Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
$11:45. Welcome back to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Fantasy Frenzy brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at willhawkbeefjerky.com. Connor Halley, Donovan Paulson, Josh Fenwick, Sam Wilnes with you here from the Sports 1440 studios in West Edmonton Mall. Tonight, it is the Jason Greger Pizza Pig Out. And I think there's still some tickets available if you want to go check that out online, raising money for kids sport. A bunch of us are going to be down there. I missed it last year because, the boy was close to being born. We didn't want to risk it. So I'm fired up. I got 2 years of pizza consumption coming up here tonight. I'm going to be getting after it. Looking forward to it. And then we're heading down to Cook County for JR's bye-bye bash, I think they're calling it. It's going to be a night on the town for me.
Yes, night on the town for you.
I'm going to need a coffee.
Yeah, you might need a little bit more than just coffee to get you through tonight.
What
multiple energy drinks. I've said you're gonna need to load up on caffeine. No.
No, of course not. No, well, I want to time it so when I get home at I don't think it goes too late, but 10 o'clock, 10:30, just right to bed. Maybe a little hot tub, and then right to bed.
See, now that might be the play.
Did you guys have a hot tub at your old place?
We did, yeah.
Man, it's nice, isn't
it? It's just, there's nothing better.
The dry skin that goes along with it, for me at least, isn't ideal.
The chlorine makes me crazy stuffed up. So I guess I'm kind of allergic to the fumes that come out of the hot tub. However, it's so worth it.
Is Donnie recommending you do cocaine, Connor? That sounds what it sounded like. I was
that was not my intention. That was not quite a struttyism, but not even close to a struttyism.
Yeah,
but that was
you're gonna need more than coffee.
The same sort of unintentional off-sounding recommendation.
You just see me doing Jaeger bombs or something to get fired up. Do kids do Jaeger bombs anymore?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jaeger bomb.
Yeah.
All the kids are giving me thumbs up. Yeah. Classic. Great way to start the night. For a while, I believe, and maybe it's changed, I thought they were illegal or frowned upon. So bartenders would be like, I'll pour you them separately and you can mix your own. Okay, that doesn't matter.
The funny thing is
we have a bartender here.
So those Four Locos, because Four Locos used to be caffeinated.
Yeah, buddy, you don't know Four Loco.
No, but they used to be caffeinated energy drinks. I've had them in the States.
You're the new one.
Yeah.
You didn't have the original.
The caffeinated energy drink where it was 200 milligrams of caffeine, something like that.
With malt liquor too.
Yeah, with liquor in them. But they can't serve those anymore, but they can still serve a vodka Red Bull or a Jaeger bomb.
So legally, bartenders aren't supposed to serve those together.
Okay.
So what you have to do is pour the shot of vodka into an iced glass and then give them a Red Bull or a Rockstar or whatever it is. And then you can just put it next to them and you go, out of my hands.
You turn around.
Yeah. It's I served you legally.
So is that why they always pour the Jaeger into a shot glass and then they have the other smaller and they put it inside the other glass?
No, it's just a drop shot. That's just for fun.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
I think there's something that's specifically about vodka and Red Bull that's bad. It's bad for your heart. Jaeger bombs. Jaeger's a liqueur. It's not a hard liquor. So lower alcohol content. It's a whole thing.
I'll take the vodka Red Bull all day of the week instead. I can't do Jaeger.
Give me a Jaeger bomb.
I went to San Diego 15 years ago, and we went to a Chargers game, and walking through the hotel little outside there was a liquor store. So I was like,
was it a Holiday Inn or was it a motel?
It could have been a Holiday Inn. Long story short, there was a Four Loco available, and I grabbed it. And
they're gross.
Oh, they were not good. They're not good now, and they might have been worse before. But I went to this game with my mom. I didn't sit down the whole game. I was just the whole time this is wild. Got home, crashed immediately. But it was something. The new ones, we had the new ones when the boys went down to Vegas, and it's a trip too.
Well, I tried to get through the entire one. but it was just so gross.
When it warms up, it's bad too, from what I recall.
It was a little bit warmer than I wanted it to be. And oh my God, was it disgusting. How do people drink those?
Well, you know what you're drinking it for a reason, right?
Oh, of
You're not
course.
enjoying it. You're just,
Of course.
I mean, people died from them. They were like shotgunning them. Yeah, you don't want to have too many of those. Coming up next year on Sports 1440, it is going to be the Lowdown with Low Tide. It's Thursday, so Bagged Milk, I believe, will be a part of the program. Declan and LT. Then on the Jason Greger Show from 2 till 6. Lots of things going on. Landon Ferraro, our pre- and post-game analyst here on Sports 1440, former NHLer, will be by at 2:20. At 2:40, we've got David Owens from Sherbrooke Liquor. They'll be sampling something. Probably not Four Loko, but something. We'll have Alan May, former NHLer and Washington Capitals analyst, joining us at 3:20. Of course, Alexander Ovechkin last night, 900 career goals, the first and only player to ever do so. Then we'll have Colin Livingston for the Cantor Racing Report, Cam Tate. We got Spec and DVD to wrap it all up as well. So, very busy show. And then tomorrow on the program, a great get from Brad, Natty Neidhart from wrestling fame, going to join us to discuss her book that is out now as well. So, yeah, should be a fun rest of the week here on Sports 1440. MMHs, are you guys going to give away tickets to JR's ball? No, you got to go buy them. I don't even know if there's any left. Actually, there is one sitting on our table here.
That's for Duke.
Nope, there's two. There's one here for Brandon, but there's conflicting reports. He might not be home in time.
Yes, I don't know if this guy's saying his flight from Cancun is 6.5 hours.
It's taking a long way.
Is Buddy flying like through Toronto?
That makes no sense.
Like, how would it be 6.5 hours?
Cancun to Edmonton flight time. 6 hours, 25 minutes. But then it also says takes approximately 5 hours, 48 minutes. It'll be quicker than what they're saying, I believe. He's got to get a pilot that gets up there in full speed, full throttle. So anyways, there is a ticket, but I think it's accounted for. But I think you could probably try to buy a ticket.
You probably could. Go down to the old Cook County Saloon tonight.
Yeah. The old two-step.
Yeah. Say hello to JR.
Have a Jaeger bomb. Vodka Red Bull.
Pick your poison.
Whatever you're feeling. Eli says Alberta regulates how much caffeine and alcohol can be put together per milliliter. That makes sense. And that probably should be done. Triple C Chuck says you have to get the full can of Red Bull now. Confirmed. Josh forgot to say that that's going to be $14 for all that. Vodka Red Bull. What? $9? $10?
Yeah, about $9. I think in my place of work, we sell well liquor. So you're just getting well vodka with this, let's be honest. $6.99. And then it's an additional $2.50 or something for the Rockstar Red Bull, whatever. Staff can buy Rockstar for $3 a can, so I just give the person the whole can. Like, there you go. Because they still have to buy the vodka. So it pays for itself.
That's a Dollarama type of price for the Rockstar / Red Bull. Not quite, but
if you want to take advantage of those savings, text us 1-833-401-1440. Josh will tell you where he works. No free plugs. Although tonight we're going to the
you have to follow me on Twitter, and then I'll tell you.
Yeah, follow on Twitter.
Fenwick04.
Bones.
You have to follow all of us on Twitter.
Yeah,
yes.
Follow all of us. Donovan Paulson.
At Donovan Paulson.
At JFenwick04.
Bingo.
At Sam W1440. I know these things. Although I don't even know if I follow Sam.
Baltimore.
You don't.
Well, do you follow me?
I don't think I do.
You're missing out on content, man. Give me a follow. I'll follow back. Team follow back. Bones says, I believe this depends on the jet stream. Flying from Cancun, you fly straight into it. I've flown back from Cancun twice in my life. The one time, the night before, accidentally brushed my teeth with tap water.
Yikes.
Bad flight home. Not feeling too hot. Plus, the AC on the plane, something was going on with it. It didn't kick off till we got to like a certain altitude. Oh, it was awful. Rockstar's a 3 for $7. Who pays $3 plus? Yeah, you got to buy the deals. Bad Niv knows. Love the show, fellas. Quickly, Troy Franklin or Quentin Johnston, full PPR. Give me QJ on primetime to bounce back. He's been quiet for a few weeks.
I'll ride with you.
All right.
All right.
We're in it. That music means we're done. So we'll take our other 23-hour break, our final one for the week. Be back tomorrow to do it all over again. Talk fantasy football, get you ready for the weekend in sports. Coming up next week, got the Lowdown with Flowtide. Alan Mitchell, Declan Kruger will be in here then from 2 to 6. It is the Jason Greger Show. Thank you guys for tuning in today. We do appreciate it. Check the podcast if you missed anything right now. We will get to a sports 1440 update with Sam Wilness, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at willhawkbeefjerky.com. Go pay him a visit. Only available in Leduc.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Nine games in the NHL tonight, including the Senators heading to Boston. The Canadiens take on the Devils, while take the ice against the Hurricanes. Blues and Sabres squaring off, and the Lightning face off against the Golden Knights. In the MLB, per reports, Blue Jays bench coach Don Mattingly is leaving the organization to pursue new opportunities around the world of baseball. Week 10 in the NFL getting underway tonight as the Raiders head to Denver to take on the Broncos. Kickoff at 6:15. And off the field, shocking news as Dallas Cowboys defensive end Marshawn Nealon has died at the age of 24. In college football, Georgia Southern takes on App State, and USTA takes the field against South Florida. Only one game in the NBA tonight as the Clippers head to Phoenix to take on the Suns. Tip-off at 7 p.m. Coming up on Sports 1440, it's the Lowdown with Low Tide, and this has been your Sports